So we are here today continuing our small business series with Pierre Snope at MSI Recruiting. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, you're welcome.
And so talk to me about the recruiting industry, what you do, how it's maybe different than it was in the past.
Sure. So, well, there's been a lot of changes. Of course, when I started in the 1990s, I'm trying to think, did we have email? I don't even think we had email. It's crazy.
Right.
We certainly didn't have, there were computers, but we didn't have one in the division that I worked at Robin Half. So it was very manual. It was very, very much relationship driven, either on the phone or in person, because you couldn't hide behind email. You couldn't send text messages. So it was very much about relationships and about time in front of a client or a candidate. That has changed a lot as time has gone by, of course, with Monster, with LinkedIn, with various websites that allow candidates to post their resumes and clients to post their job openings. But we've always tried at MSI to maintain that personal touch. We're very much a relationship-first company, and that has proven to be very successful, where people are trying to, clinically find jobs through resumes and through text messages and emails, where we can almost come in and be an ambassador for the candidate or a representative for the client and help put those deals together.
Right. So you helped me find two candidates.
I did.
And I was struggling because I was using all the websites, and you get thousands of resumes that 90% of them they're not qualified. And so I came to you and I said, this is what I'm looking for. And both times you were able to find that candidate. How do you hone in? How do you find the match for the person who's looking for the employee?
Well, you've kind of answered the question with your question.
Okay. I'm making it so easy for you.
Indeed. So every client is looking for somebody just a little bit different, with different virtues and attributes, as opposed to the next client, because you have your management style, you have your personality style, and very often your company and the way your company functions is a reflection of your personality and your business style. So our job is to get to know our clients, to get to know the environment where the candidate is going to be working, and to find somebody who's not only got the skill set to fit into that environment, but also has the personality and the characteristics that are going to work with your team, with you as an owner or manager, so that we can get a good fit. Because we might find 10 candidates who could actually do the job,
Right.
but culturally there's going to be a little bit of a clash or a square peg into a round hole scenario. So we try and find it where not only they can do the job, but they can flourish and they can feel happy, and you can feel like you've got a great candidate. And those are the types of things you just don't see on a job board. You just don't see that on a resume. You need to have a recruiter who's met with a candidate, who's done references, who's got to know that candidate, who maybe has known that candidate for years before, and once they know you can say, you know what, Camille, this is going to be a perfect fit for your organization.
Right. I mean, I will tell you, for me, it made a world of difference. I mean, I just, to go through, as a small business, to go through the process, it's beyond a full-time job.
Sure it is.
So you have your full-time job plus another full-time job finding somebody.
Sure. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. I think for the average placement, when we find one person for a client, we've typically presented 4 or 5 candidates for that role that the client gets to select one. To find those 4 or 5 candidates, we've probably internally interviewed around 20 to 30, and we've probably spoken to 40 or 50 to come up with the numbers.